Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Carolina Panthers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee. They'll start at the 21-yard line. Throwing on first down. Bryant, well, he's going to take a shot right away. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Bryant. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Not today.
Back to throw. Bryant nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jackson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Jackson eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On 1st down, it's Fuller. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
On 2nd down now, it's Fuller. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 11. And he's going to go down, sacked right around the 17. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Throwing on 3rd and long. Bryant. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage there by Trayvon Mullen.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
On first down, Bryant. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll run on first down. Fuller. The former LSU Tiger, Dante Jackson, on the stop.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Looking to throw on second down. Bryant. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Chris Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Looking to throw. Bryant. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
On first down, it's Fuller. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
To throw on third down, Bryant. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all three. Those positions.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Jones. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's got Smith here. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Here we go. Henry. Check 55, Mike. Cover.
On 1st and 10, Bryant. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. This will be caught by Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Jackson to throw, eluding the pressure right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. Steps away to his left. Complete. Smith has it. A gain there of 21 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Dancing to his left. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On second down, it's Campbell, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. On third down, here's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Forced out to his left. It's caught. Smith. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 26. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Throwing on first down. Bryant. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. 2nd down and inches. Being chased out left, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
I got you. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Stop your
Back to the air on second down. Bryant, he's letting this one go for Fuller. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it'll bring up third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Here we go,
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw.
Second time, defense, let's go.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And the return will stop right around the 25.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
On 1st down, here's Breida. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Jim.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Check. Hey, alert 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Fuller, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's go, let's go. Mike, 55.
To throw again, Bryant. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw. Bryant. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Chris Jones in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, check Mike. Watch it,
Looking to throw. Bryant escapes the sack. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chris Jones in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll run it with Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From just shy of midfield, Jackson flushed out right. Caught by Jones. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Jackson on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. To throw again is Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Mike 5'9".
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Here's Jackson, and this one complete to Smith. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
They'll try and throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Jackson buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Catch made here by Campbell. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
On 4th down, Jackson. And that's caught by Smith. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One last shot for Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for the Panthers, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? How about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? How about it? Rep for your brum, for your post, department, your projects. Pain driven, engine drumming. Look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet, this sugar, one man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, damn out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family. I might just flow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry the cold is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff to edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, way before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead, easy to get rich or dead. Trying, this ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze or won't, I can't lose, ready, rest or a bed. Do what you can to do, make it next move your best. I do this for the family, I might just flow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry cold is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff to edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, way before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My doing the cold is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, let's go. Get first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See that pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, way before the deal.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when I tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. They slept on the team, now they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash.
off the hook and you don't really want none. But if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so...
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is a special edition of the AFC Championship game on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one between the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, so normally thoughts turn to basketball this time of year in the Hoosier State, but not so this year. The NFL playoffs have come to Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it'll be a great one between the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. This is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, they can throw the football, but they could also run it very well, too. one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Antoine Woods, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3-score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The open man is Smith. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Jackson, eluding the pressure right. This will be caught by Brown. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. And Jackson throwing once more. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they're really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession. The second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Throwing here, Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your play? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, it's complete to Brown, right side. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marquise Brown, 65 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now here's a throw, and that's Taywan Taylor with it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky, open man, Butler complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving up on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Give me that ball, defense.
On third down, Jackson steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking to throw again on second down. Trubisky, he completes it to Boyd. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. To throw again on second down. Trubisky, he finds Taylor, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw, setting up the screen for Cook. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard. And all that hard work has paid off. They're AFC champions, and on to the Super Bowl they go.
It's got to be an amazing feeling for them, doesn't it, Brandon? The idea that you've done it all that hard work, all that sweating, all that effort, all those times you're getting yelled at by your coach, and now you get to go to the Super Bowl. Put your hats on, guys, and say AFC champs.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles.
Jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down funds. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving mad and blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, mad in time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Big Snoop Dogg, it's in the game.
Back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up, I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and ain't my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions, daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Indianapolis Colts, taking on the chance from the other side, the NFC, the Arizona Cardinals. The long fortnight of Super Bowl week is over, and away we go in Super Bowl 58. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Check 55, Mike. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, where?
Now Wilson on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, 0-0-0. 55. Right there in the middle. One left. I'm coming. 40. Check 99.
Wilson throwing again. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
14. 19. Check.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Brian Burns. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
14.
Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Under 10.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 29-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Now this this one to his running back out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Green brings it in, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
First and 10, it's Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Jackson now to throw again. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Wilson now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, work. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
On 2nd down and 4, Wilson, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Russell Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing...
Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6, being chased out left. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. To try again after the sack. Jackson buying time to his left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Jackson to throw on 3rd down. Steps away to Jackson, hit, and he lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
He'll try and run it. And he slides to avoid the hit. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Fair.
Hey, let's get that home.
Gun.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. His throw incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
One fluff. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Slow. Hey, 36 power. Check. Crunch. Good guys. 4 down. Friday.
Hey, easy. Touch.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the screen.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And able to find Green. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
Alert.
Wilson will throw again. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Brian Burns, his second sack of the night. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Now it's Wilson on the move to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Here's Barkley. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. This situation in the fourth quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Tighten up. SOS. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And his kick here is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now Jackson dancing to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. Throwing again on second down. Jackson, he's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Jackson to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. And Jackson throwing once more. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This will be fielded at the 17. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, these two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts that. Forced out to his left. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Jackson. And an alley to run. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. Through an opening, and there he goes. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. Looking to throw on second down. Jackson. And he's going to go down again. Von Miller make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
And that's a Super Bowl record, his 4th sack in the game. I think we got to start thinking seriously about making him the Super Bowl MVP as well.
I think you're right. With him leading in the driver's seat, he certainly has a shot. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Khalil Mack in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position.
25. Check. Alert three.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Letting one go deep for the... And it'll be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The rookie first-rounder Jonathan Abram there to knock it away. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson, flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Von Miller. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Mark 55. Alert. All day, every day.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the shotgun, Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Jackson will throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 8 yards out. And it's for pride now, but the Colts get a bit closer.
Touchdown, Colts. The kicker on.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point safely through. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
25, check 25, check 25.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. The Colts on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10. Down at the 31. There goes it deep, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw is Jackson. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him again. That is sack number 6. One off the NFL record of 7th. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Von Miller in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. To throw is Jackson. Throwing on 4th down. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining that the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
Good guys, 4 down. One flip.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the 1st down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here's Wilson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Able to get this to Gordon. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches, as a general rule, that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
That's not due.
Jackson on 1st down. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Jackson. Flush to his right. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Watch the run.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Cardinals have done it. They're the kings of the NFL. Arizona, your Super Bowl champs. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many miracles burning my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell, it's a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nick, you know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone jaws. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part, but I'm LeBron. Wings of the team, I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS, Clarity. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they door, they taking notice. Taking notice. Taking notice. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they door, they taking notice.
It's the young